Welcome back to AFL360, where the final item on our agenda is Gary Ayres. The Hawthorn legend has thrown his hat into the ring for the vacant North Melbourne coaching job. And he joins us now on video link from Port Melbourne VFL Reserves Training. Gary, welcome.
Yes, great to be with you, Gerard, and also good to feel the respect of the AFL community once more by being aligned with the job at North Melbourne, perhaps.
Gary, debatable at best, the notion that anyone in the wider AFL community thinks you have a snowflake's chance of getting the gig. It actually seems more likely that you're the one beating the jungle drums yourself once again.
Well, strong choice of words there, Gerard, but what I will say in my defence is that in the 50-odd years of experience, elite and exemplary experience in football, is that if I see something, I say something. And what I would like to say at this point is that my record speaks for itself, and having come from elite programs at Adelaide and Geelong as a coach, and then having vast success at the VFL and VFL reserves level, is that a career coach is a career coach. And you don't unlearn things as you get older, Gerard. And to this day, I still learn every day, and I still try to pass on my learnings to young footballers. And I believe that all at North Melbourne, there are young footballers who could use my experience.
Gary, after 37 failed head coach applications on your behalf, there seems to be a belief that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. How do you impose your game plan at North Melbourne, where the fans are restless and looking to go deep in finals as well as nurturing young talent?
Well, having won a Norm Smith medal on the last line of defence at Hawthorn, and having seen some successes and failures at Adelaide and Geelong, I can tell you that defence generally beats a good attack. So having a strong defence will be in the front of my mind, as well as fostering an appreciation of the game for these young stars at North Melbourne.
Robbo, the floor is yours.
Fuck.
Robbo, another 50 in the swear jar.
Gerard, are we on? Are we live right now?
Gary Ayres is on video link from the Port Melbourne Football Club, and it's your witness, Robbo.
I was sitting around and I was thinking the other night, and I've been looking at a lot of these young lists, and it struck me, look, at times I've been surprised. I've been shocked even, Gerard. Shocked sometimes. And you might think differently to me, but it seems to me that clubs with young lists too often tend to hire young coaches. And it seems to me that if you've got a young list, you need to make up for the youth by getting some older heads in the football department. And Gary, I sense this might be some of your frustration, that a man of your experience and know-how can be upstaged by young guys who tend to get sacked 2 years later. What are your thoughts? Robbo, this industry teaches you a lot of things, mate. And so one of the main things it's taught me is patience. And there's this old footy adage, get knocked down 4 times, get up 5. And so in my situation, it's more like get knocked back on 20 applications, submit the 21st.
Gary, it would look like an inexplicable upheaval to displace the incumbent Reece Shaw, and if they don't go down that path, it looks like the North Melbourne champion, John Longmire, has his paws all over the job. So, any last words you would like to sell yourself with?
No, Gerard. I think my record is pretty explanatory, and I just hope that North Melbourne would look fondly upon everything I've achieved in the game, and hopefully I'll be talking with them soon. And in the meantime, I'll be available to see you guys next week and talk about the Carlton gig.
Thanks, Gary, and thanks, viewers. That's all we have on the agenda tonight for AFL360, but stay tuned for a special extended edition of On the Mark, where Andy Marr will be at the desk with our triumvirate of footy ladies, talking about his trials and tribulations as the Carlton AFLW runner in this season just gone. And he'll also be talking about his next undertaking, where he wants to be the runner for all AFLW teams at the same time. That's all for now. Thanks and see you tomorrow.